Vern,
Here.
Tom,
Yes.
here we have a quorum.
Approval of the agenda.
I'll make a motion, we approve the agenda as written.
Second.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Minutes of the last meeting. I didn't see anything pertinent that needed to be corrected.
I'll make a motion, we accept the minutes as written.
Second.
All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, ayes have it. Treasury report, Sue.
All right. Checks, Vern Bowman, 200. Sue was 184.70. The federal withholding was 30.60. The tax deposit was 146. Citizens Electric, 371.56. Tom Oakenfoos, 280. Handy Tech Enterprises, 734.25. County Home Center was 721.74. Hush Blackwell, 4,699. Base Rock Materials was $2,555.23. Vern Bowman Contracting was $5,150.71. Kurtz Farms was $3,733.34. AT&T was $83.40. That left us with an ending balance of $68,910.28.
Yeah. And we separated that base rock materials from the grader and the repair, and that included something else in that. I forget what it was. But that was all top of the levee. And we did all except really the last,
Some of that was when we set that building and stuff, wasn't it?
yeah, that included, that was supposed to be separate, but you got it under one title here,
Or
the
did we
total lump sum.
do that last year, last
Because we
month?
shouldn't have, I don't think we had a bill over 30, I think.
It was separate.
Yeah, it was all billed
I
separate.
just did one check, so that's why it's like that.
Yeah.
Fine.
Our current bills are from Tom, and then Handy Tech Enterprises, Elmer Buckeye Construction, Cutting Edge, Heil Oil, and Hush Blackwell.
Okay.
Elmer Buckeye Construction.
I had him dig that culvert out,
Oh, okay.
but he had a little mini on one side, so he dug it out with one side, and then he had to walk his excavator up to do the other side. So we got an hour on each one of them, not bad.
$315 right now.
So that, and it, you know what? We have no water. Of course, it's been dry. I finished cleaning them out the best I could today. That's what I did this morning, Sue. I had an extra hour or 2 hours. When they dug them
There's
out,
tax,
they didn't go to the bottom.
we get tax from,
I dug it
is
down.
that right? We get tax from,
No, I mean, that's
Sorry, I
his,
shoveled that.
this is probably just his standard form, but we don't get taxed. He's
oh,
got
it's
it
zero amount,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I just seen the tax there and some numbers. Cutting edge. We got, well, they did a bunch of roundup on this one. $780 worth. But it's $1,700, but we got, it's bid, isn't it?
Yeah.
On the most part.
Charging enough for a minute.
You missed something?
I said, I ain't charging enough for a minute.
Yeah, probably not. What are you charging for it? I didn't know.
85,
85?
yeah,
For a what, mini?
an hour.
Mini excavator or what?
yeah.
What
Yeah.
size?
Yeah, that was a pretty good size one.
What is it, E35?
Huh?
E35?
E35?
That's probably not,
Yeah. It's low under that,
yeah, that's a bigger,
yeah,
that was a 60, I think.
yeah,
No, that's,
I think it was a little cat, 308.
oh, yeah.
I do have two checks.
Oh, this is it, cutting edge also.
I got cut net road.
It's another one. One's from May,
Oh,
and then this is the current, or that might be, I don't know.
Just never forever, more typical. This is for May here. What do you got? May the 11th? No? From May 11th to May the 27th, that's what this is. Right here, Okie. What?
that's what he's got here on this one too. In
Was
May,
that
same-
duplicate?
Same thing.
Oh, okay, it's one bill.
I might have
It's not two
printed it out.
bills.
No, this is two bills, eh?
Oh,
Is it two separate
I
numbers?
thought you said one was May and one was June, or,
One was May, then February, March, April, May, 5, what was it, from the 14th to the 27th, right there in the
this,
middle?
they're identical.
Okay,
is it the same?
so it's
Yeah,
one
is that
bill.
a copy of it?
I probably just printed it twice. And
Oh,
Or he said, no, actually,
I'll
he
let you
mailed
look.
that to me.
I didn't, I don't have my glasses, I can't see the date.
$4,400 worth of fuel.
Yeah.
No, it's two different ones.
Is it two different?
Yeah,
Okay.
one's April 14th through the 28th, and then the other one's May 11th through the 27th.
Okay.
Did you want to see them?
Who's that? Yep.
And then I do have two checks that we're going to deposit from Barn Bowman Contracting for the dirt.
Todd come down to the house yesterday evening.
Who's in charge of that dirt?
Todd.
Todd?
Boy, Todd.
I need to talk to him. I've got, on the project I'm on, I need a bunch of dirt.
Okay.
Yeah, Todd's in charge.
Yeah.
How's Blackwell, 600, what do we have them doing? They do the fall tax thing for us?
Not
I
yet.
know we
This
got
was
that.
still on
Yeah,
FEMA stuff.
through the roof.
Okay. Have you heard anything?
How many hours you pump?
Is our time up
This
from
time.
FEMA? Don't they have 120 days to get back with us?
We always range anywhere from 60
Just
to
that
90 to
one time.
120.
Just the one
It might be
night.
200 right now.
They're down 30
I was
days.
thinking it was 90, but
Yeah, I
they
was hoping.
still have time.
Yeah. Well, they got all day. They got all year.
I wouldn't even have turned the pump
You know,
on.
I've got 378, I wouldn't have.
But he had crops planted in there, and
Well,
that's part of what we
get
gotta
that.
do, I guess.
Well, we didn't, if we'd have got a rain, we'd have wanted that down.
Yes.
There's no ifs and ands about it. We'd have wanted that head start, because with one pump, only one
Well,
pump
yeah.
running, we wanted that down, so I don't feel
mean,
bad about that. I
I
can
was-
justify that in my mind.
I was expecting to have 2 pumps.
Oh, that might
so
be, hey, that's
You need
mine.
that one, Vern?
This is what I had.
I was expecting to have 2 pumps, so I really didn't agree with closing the gates, but after we only had the 1 pump, I was glad that I did pump.
Well, the river would have filled that overnight,
Yeah,
and we got 3 days out of it, so.
yeah.
And it wasn't on there
Yeah.
but just a little bit, and you pumped it off of it, so it didn't hurt.
Yeah, it only,
It did.
it just came up overnight, and that's why I went in that, well, I've left the house at 1:45 or 1 o'clock, whatever it was, and went in the morning and went and pumped through the night.
Yeah, and you know,
When I got
at,
down there in the morning, it was us.
hey Norman,
Norman spent it out.
at a little before 7,
Yeah.
it was still back feeding through the
Yeah.
pipe by the burn area.
Yeah.
It was still draining down the pool.
Yeah.
It's not the bad idea maybe to put another pipe there.
We need something bigger there at the Cottonwood.
And all we'd have to do actually would be buy another 10 or so many feet, you know, we can still use. He called me from the Forest Service, he called me about a month ago, half ago, about them pipes. And I said, we still might we'd like to use that 48-inch pipe. If we had that 48-inch.
Is it 48?
Yeah, and all we have to do is buy, and there's about 15 feet over there. We probably have to buy another 10 or 12 feet and hook it to it, and maybe a few blocks on the end of it.
Do we have the elevation there for
Well, we
48?
could dig down and take that smaller
Okay.
pipe that was put in out, and we'd have that pipe left for somewhere else.
Okay. I do know from the culverts back to the backfeed around the trash burn site, there is a hump in there, in that
Did Kirk
stream there.
get that?
Me and him
kicked-
talked about it, but he didn't know about it when he had the equipment down there.
Okay.
Otherwise, he would have done it, but now he sees it, that there's a hump in that
Hey, Tom,
stretch
let me
there.
call you back. I'm in a meeting.
And
Okay.
so
Tell Lane that
Brian and
I'll
I
get
talked
him
about that.
after 8 in the morning.
So at some point, that hump needs to be taken out, and if we put a
Okay.
bigger
See
culvert
you in a
there
minute.
at the Cottonwood, we
Yeah.
would be
Yeah,
sitting pretty good.
you know, we could do that on a rainy day, get in there and do that.
Yeah.
It wouldn't take long to bring a machine down and
Yeah.
get it over with. Okay.
Holler at me like next week, I've got machines local.
You got time to do it?
Not really.
Okay. Anything
that all
else
of
on
it?
the treasurer's report?
I'll make a motion to approve the treasurer report and bills as presented.
I second that.
Okay, a motion on the floor and second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, old business. I guess one thing I mentioned a while ago about electric and,
Yeah, if the next rise, if Bruce hasn't got the parts, I'm just going to call Equipment Pro. I got to get some breakers in there.
yeah, and if it's an emergency, we'll get that. We know we can just jump it,
Yeah.
so we don't disengage that function of the thing that shuts it down, bypass it.
Okay. I don't know how to do that down there, jumping it.
I don't know, Felix did it,
Okay.
and Bruce would know.
Okay.
Bruce, I'm sure, or somebody would know, an electrician should know
Yeah.
how to do that. I can't tell them.
I know. I know.
Bruce, when Bruce shows up, he does a thorough job. He's
Yeah.
good. I like him.
I know there is
Get
a
him to show
wire.
up.
I know there is a wire in the PLC that I don't remember which one it goes to, and it was for jumping. Because Vander put it in there for me. And then I've got a jumper wire down there in the rake for the bypass, the relays when they're acting up, so I can continue running.
Yeah.
I'll just have to figure out which connection that is in the PLC for that jumper, because that jumper's still there. I remember that now. Felix, this is different than what Felix did.
Well, it could be. I don't know what he did, but I know we ran it.
Yeah.
And Vandenbrenner wasn't, Joe, who was with Vandenbrenner? Joe?
Biffa.
Bethel.
Beffa.
Yeah.
Beffa.
He was
Biffa.
there. I could call him. He'd be coming down at 2 o'clock in the morning if we needed it. I mean, he would be there.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
they're run by a big corporation, or a different corporation
Yeah.
now.
Oh, it's a different,
It's a whole different ballgame now.
right, I agree.
Has Bruce done anything on our breakers? Has we got any of them yet?
No.
When he finished up the lights in that building, he hadn't been back yet?
No.
We were supposed to have 2 breakers ordered and 1 replaced and 1 sitting on the shelf, or 2 on the shelf.
He put 1 in when he was doing the shed and all that, the lights and.
Right,
he
that
put
got
one
us for 2
breaker in
pumps.
When last time I ran it.
Yep.
Not this flood,
Yeah.
the previous one, it fried that breaker. When I went to shut off, it fried it.
So we're down to 1 pump.
We're down to 1 pump.
Yeah, we need,
Yeah, that, I
Get
didn't know,
somebody
I
in
wasn't
here.
aware
So
of that.
I'm probably just gonna wait until next week. I'll touch base with Bruce, see where it's at. If he can run it down, track it down, see what the time frame is before getting it. If it's gonna be a while, then I think I probably ought to just go ahead and get a hold of Equipment Pro and see if they've got at least 1 breaker.
Yep, yep. Okay.
Because, I mean, we got caught with our pants down this time, not having any breakers.
I'm not an electrician, but even them quarries would have motors that near that size.
Yeah,
I don't know what breaker they're needing.
yeah.
I bet Tower Rock would have motors that size,
Yeah.
I'm sure. And we
It's just
just,
a matter of they were using the same type of
yeah,
breaker.
we just don't want to let too much downtime pass without us being ready.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else under old business? And we have, under new business, we have the approval of the 1923 budget. Everybody get a chance to look at that? Under special projects, we had budgeted 14,000 last year, but we didn't use that. I'm thinking some of that, like
Well, some of
we
that
did the
was-
top of the grade, the top of the levee there.
We did Kurtz's clean that thing, them
Yeah.
ditches out, and Kurtz's bill and that grading on that, so there's
Yeah,
$10,000 or $11,000. That's what it was for.
that's right. Well, there wasn't that high, was it? About 3,700?
It was, yeah.
Kurtz's,
Kurtz's, what was their bill there this time?
well, one was 40, it was under 5,000, remember? It was 4,600.
Okay, what
This
was,
last
And then they had a smaller one,
3,700.
was
what's this last
3,700.
one down where, is that when they cleaned some brush out at the end?
They did some more behind the dump. They cleaned that out and burnt them,
Oh, yeah.
all the piles.
Yeah, yeah,
And then I used their excavator along the,
yeah. Brush,
over by the railroad tracks, by Burlington there.
okay, that little,
That was only an hour though, that
yeah,
hour and a half or 2 hours. on the
along the
machine.
entrance road. Yeah,
I threw all their bills under maintenance,
yeah,
our repairs maintenance and things.
yeah.
Repair maintenance? Actually, it could have been under special.
I mean, I can move it.
We got a big budget there. We
I
only, of what we budgeted was 150 and we spent 63. That's,
So we got a little surplus.
we're good. I can't see anything different that we need to
Yeah.
adjust or add to the,
I just want to keep all the
I mean,
numbers
you
the
can
same.
tell what we spent at just a couple different places.
Yeah.
We know we're gonna have all this electrical with the breakers, and we better get that one pump on agenda to get worked on.
Yeah. Well, Bruce and I think it's that control cable.
think it's what?
That control cable,
That's on two,
that's that, no, number one.
on number one.
Yeah, we think that the issue's in that control cable.
That was put in brand new.
No, when we put that pump in the last time, it was
Yeah.
brand new.
Everything was
But they
new.
didn't install it right.
Well, that's what I was wondering about. I know they had problems or didn't, it
when
wasn't
they-
going good for them.
When they put that in, that's when that phantom appeared in the system, and they never could figure it out, and they put them bypass testers in there on each of the pumps, and then it worked fine, and then we had that electrical strike, and it's not worked right since.
Okay.
But when me and Bruce have both been down there in that lower structure, and that cable was pulled out of that box.
It pulled out?
Yes,
They blew it out probably, huh?
possible.
To strike.
Yeah.
Do we have to pull the pump for that?
No.
Can you do it in place there?
It can be done in place. Well, we got that retrofitted cap on the well now, on that one. So you can put a seat down in there, as long as the water's down. You can do it without pulling the pump.
It stays this hot, the water will be down.
Yeah.
When?
I said if it stays this hot,
Yeah,
the river will be down to nothing.
yeah, no doubt.
I would like to see the other two lids retrofitted at some time.
All right, the I don't see anything else on the new budget. We're talking this 130,000 again, in that ballpark, right?
I mean, that's up to you. I mean, if,
139?
yeah, that number's actually gonna be 139,770 after I deposit those 2 checks tomorrow. But are you wanting to
It's,
go with
Okay,
those
you're-
numbers again
oh,
that we
okay.
had last year? Or are you wanting,
Well, that money that we talked about, what's the 3 letters for that federal grants
The FEMA,
every year?
or State Emergency Management.
Yeah, that the county gets and the
oh.
city gets, and what do you call, what's that, the federal budget is given millions to counties and some of the cities and some of everything. It's a 3-letter.
I think I know what you're talking about,
Are you
but
talking about the infrastructure, or are you talking about the ARPA?
Yeah, ARPA.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
ARPA money, okay.
ARPA.
Yeah.
Where, and on that, my thinking is that concrete slab approach to the intake.
yeah.
We really need
Didn't
that.
you all go to a meeting over that?
We did. Oki and I went to a meeting. They referred us back to the city, and
We didn't do any good from either one of them. They don't like us.
In talking with Happy here, you thought if we were going to try and get that, we need to come to the board meeting and ask for it. See if it's up to the alderman apparently to release it or not release it.
Yeah, because they have actually identified the areas that they want to spend a little under $900,000. And none of it was earmarked for the levy, so.
But why not? The levy keeps you safe.
Yeah, whatever.
Well, the money that was there at one point far exceeded that.
Yep.
And it was collected for the levy.
Yep.
Now, that is money that's in savings that the board could allocate.
Okay,
So that would be separate of the ARPA funds.
okay,
Yeah, so
okay.
you need to, and again, that's,
Either one, I mean, the fact is we need it, and it's whatever it is, regardless which fund it comes out of.
Yeah.
But it's needed, and from now on, it would drastically reduce the cost of cleaning the intake.
Right.
And intake is a major problem for us.
Oh.
The other major problem is from the discharge. That's settling in from the pump station to the Mississippi River. That's the second major problem. It's equal to the intake.
right.
When nothing over 3 inches can go through the grids at the pump station, we accumulate a lot of trash and debris.
Yeah.
Floating debris and others, and siltation.
I'd say the intake is our #1 greatest concern.
Yeah,
Because once it starts silting in, then everything downstream silts.
and the discharge, as it continues to grow, will become the #1. So, anyway, we need to think about that a little bit and see what we wish to do and do something.
Do we have any estimates on what that would cost to concrete that intake? We're going up to the Y, aren't we? The split?
Yeah, I would run it,
Or
if
it's
that
past
bottom, I don't know if the bottom's
Thereabouts.
40 feet or
It's to the
50.
point anyway.
I think the floor is 40 feet wide, and I think I'd run it up
It's wider than that.
maybe 50. It could be 50 at the intake there. If it's 50, it's 50. But whatever width it is, run it at least, I think it's 300 feet up to the forks.
Yeah.
And that might be, it might not be that far. But either way, wherever it begins to fork, if we get it clean to there, the rest is no problem. It'll come down, and next time we can run a little loader in there for, when the rivers and creeks down, that we can just scoop it up. But
That's 40 feet. That channel base is 40 feet.
40 feet,
Yep,
yeah, see that, them pumps are 12, that's 36.
yeah.
And there's 4 feet in between at least, or 5. And it runs pretty,
Lies out there a little bit.
well, I don't know if that, it just appears wide, because we're going from that vertical wall
Yeah.
to the incline 3 to 1, so it appears, but I think the floor was
The
uniform
floor
up
is
through there.
40 feet.
It was straight, it was,
Yeah.
the crevice at the bottom was straight, when it was new. All right, public do we have any more new business, anybody?
We gotta do something with the budget.
Oh, the budget.
Yeah,
We
finish the
never did
budget.
approve the budget. Okay.
I mean, are you wanting to keep the numbers the same as last year?
Yeah, what I'm thinking, what we didn't get used, some of this we didn't use, we need, that's them breakers and all that, we just can't get them. Once we
Right.
get them, we're gonna have to pay for them, and that can be under some of that special
Yeah, and we need to
special
get them.
use and maintenance, and
Yeah, we need to get them surge protectors on them pumps.
that,
And that's going to be a pretty penny.
the drainage maintenance.
Well, maybe we ought to put what kind of rough dollars would you guesstimate we might spend? That might be what we're talking
I'm
about.
trying to think what Bruce and I talked about, how, I don't remember whether we talked that it could be as much as 20 or 30,000
Okay.
per pump.
Just
per pump.
Service.
Put them surge protectors on. Because we gotta have something protecting them pumps.
Well, if it saves us lightning strikes and a motor,
You know.
there it is. That's
Yeah.
cheap. That turns out being cheap.
Oh, absolutely. I think I'd figure 25 per pump, just to be on the safe side.
Let's put contingent,
Contingent. Yeah.
because we may have some projects, and sooner or later, and we might want to carry this next year. If we don't do it, we can put it off a year or two, but at some point in time, we want to let a contract on that Valley Spring Branch and the other ditch, the
Oh, yeah.
siltation
Get
and
them
all the
cleared
drainage.
and get the silt out of them, and
Yeah, clean up, that there's going to be a lot of brush on that, and there, I'm not sure if we don't need to go to the highway.
Oh, yeah, well, that's when I put in for that one grant. I had planned on going all the way to the highway, clearing all the trees out of
well,
that
when you get
branch.
from Melfelt's down,
Yeah.
across Uncle Hans's property, I mean, that's thick.
Yeah,
Yep,
That really grew up, and that was cleaned out in the 80s.
yeah.
That
yeah,
was all
well,
cleaned in the 80s, and
Well,
it's grew up since then, and it's
it's-
never been touched.
it's not rocket science. The cleaner the channel is, the freer of any debris the channel is, the faster and smoother the water runs, and we can move it quicker.
Let's put let's say a $75,000 maintenance budget, maintenance item.
Yeah, that'd be
It
nice.
comes out as a line item anyway, repairs, maintenance, and improvements.
Yeah.
You've got 4 different other categories you could
Yeah.
put money in. Special projects, pump station upgrades, drainage.
Well,
We
the
got
surge
drainage
protectors
maintenance, and we haven't,
would- Surge protectors would
we
fall
allotted
under upgrades.
75,000 for that, and we didn't use any of it this year. So we allotted 75. So if we leave it at that,
The surge protectors would fall under upgrades, pump station upgrades.
yeah, that's under something else, ain't it?
The surge protectors, we could put that under pump station upgrades. because it's an upgrade is something we never had before.
Yeah.
Air pump
yeah,
station upgrade.
And then what's that number? Is
And
it
we got
11?
11,000 on it. Is that what that is?
Let's carry that one forward for sure. Is that enough?
That and we could.
You
we
want
could-
double that or
We could
triple
raise
that?
that.
I'd at least triple it.
Yeah.
Okay, let's include that one at
Let's go to
35,000,
50.
call it, or something.
50?
If you're thinking
I
20 to.
would, I mean, I know Bruce and I talked with it, it could be possibly at least 20, $18,000 per pump.
Yeah, so there's 20, 40, 60.
Yeah, yeah.
But we don't know that yet.
Yeah, we don't
We're
know
just
that.
guessing.
That was just,
Well, and with the
If
way
we're-
things are to
If we
get,
got 50 down, okay, we can do 2 of them. Let's do another one next year. But
That's right.
I know when you got them in there, you
Yep.
hate to.
yeah. All right, that's good.
and the drainage maintenance, it looks good.
Let's do that pump station upgrade up to 50.
I thought we were talking 60, 20, 20.
60?
Yeah, 20, 20, 20, that's what I.
I mean, we haven't used 11. It's showing that we haven't used
Right.
it.
Okay.
But
Well,
actually,
we do have other items
actually,
like
we
that.
have. We
I can.
redid all the lights, we did whatever Bill, Bruce had last time was a upgrade.
Yeah,
Put electric in our building.
yeah, that was all upgrade.
All that could have been under the upgrade,
Yeah,
that bill that, I don't know where,
Bruce Terry.
yeah, his whole bill could be on upgrade.
yeah, that part.
I mean, that's
Hooking up
what, we
with
had
the trailer.
$11,000 allotted, and I don't know what we put it under.
Yeah.
Under repairs, maintenance, and improvements.
Well, that's up,
Yeah, that's an improvement.
yeah, that was an improvement, because that new trailer is definitely an improvement.
So you either rob Peter to pay Paul, or as long as it's coming off of something.
Okay.
It all comes out of the same budget anyway.
Well, that'll up the
Yeah,
budget,
anyway.
what, to about 190?
Norm's wanting to spend more money.
Well, we don't have to spend
No.
it, but we want,
We need to have it approved, or we can use it if we need it.
yeah.
No, it would,
Just add, are we adding 49,000 when we go from
Yeah.
7 to 60? So we're adding 49,000 to the bottom line.
On pump maintenance. Because I know we're gonna have that
Oh, yeah, we adding it to that?
number 3
Is it
needs
already
a
got the
service work,
300
doesn't
in?
it?
I mean, well, it's up to
number
you.
2
I mean,
needs
do you
a
want to
number-
carry all these numbers
Number
forward?
3 needs to be
No.
pulled and gone through.
I was looking at
Number
these
2
as
just
being
needs
the number
oil
we needed.
That stuff changed.
Don't you, I mean, now would be the time
What's
to
this
try to-
is expenses, this
I'd
is
Get something
revenue.
set
Oh,
up.
that's the revenue.
I'd wait
Okay,
until
I got
we
it.
know we're full sure that we ain't gonna get no
See,
water.
we don't need
I'd make sure the
all
other
this
2 pumps are
190.
running
Yeah, we'll have to
That's
get
what we didn't
2
use,
running
call
good.
it 200
1
left.
and 2
Snuff,
running
and then
good,
get
and
number
then we
3.
could pull up number 3.
Right.
get it set up where we can do that.
This is what
Where you
the,
got, check
That was as of,
Equipment Pro,
I will get
they're
with the Equipment
available.
Pro.
That
You-
was-
That's
Well,
currently
we've already decided
what
we'd
we've
use
spent.
Equipment Pro
Yeah,
for pulling the
okay.
pump and.
I talked to Daryl about it,
and
he
that's
said,
what
yeah,
we
we can
budgeted
handle it.
last
Yeah.
year.
Well,
We need, we
Yeah.
gotta have
So I
notice,
don't know
you
if you
know.
want to
Yeah.
carry these
No.
numbers
Well, I-
forward.
When we first talked about it, I went and
tax,
took their plan.
this is income though.
And talk to
This
the
is
owner.
income, we
And,
don't need to do.
He says it's at their max
All we-
capacity.
And we're talking about now is
And they'd have to unload it outside, but they
the
could get it
budget,
inside the
we're
building
doing
and work on it.
expenditures.
Right.
Because it's as large as they can handle.
So I don't know if you want to keep like these numbers the
Well,
same.
that's what I thought, that we was
So
real
it'd be a
close
matter
on.
of us,
And
And I was
Right.
thinking
and then we'll change
well, we
this
could
to
carry it over.
well,
60.
we can get Artisan, we can
Yeah,
get
and
Bones
add
to
like
haul it,
49
and it can
to
go
that.
in Equipment Pro.
Yep.
yeah, let's do that.
It'll be half the price of
What'd you come up with, Vern?
We're gonna take the 11, that was budget last year, and we're gonna make
Add
it
49.
Add 49 to it, and add it to this 130. That'd be 179. And that, any further discussion?
You're adding it to the 130 from where?
At the bottom.
Oh, I got you, what we had spent.
Yeah.
Okay, got
What
you,
we
got
actually
you, got you,
spent,
got
we're
you.
adding 60 to it, and that'd be our budget for this year, for '23.
So you want the budget as of what we spent?
Everything else will stay the same except that you're gonna add 60,
Well,
This here
49,000.
will stay the same.
You're wanting to keep the, like, what we spent to date numbers and carry forward.
Yeah, and carry 60 on top of that.
So like for maintenance, you only want the 64,000 in there and not 150?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that would catch
You know
the
what I'm
pumps there that we're talking about, Norm. That would be maintenance.
Yeah.
I mean, we had like 75,000 in there for drainage, 20 for equipment. Do we want to keep those numbers in there? Or,
Let's do that,
Well, we
instead
didn't-
of add
We
anything.
didn't go over our budget for 21, right?
right.
Correct.
And,
For 22. We did.
okay, well then why don't we, if we didn't go over our budget, why don't we keep it the same? Because the numbers there
Well,
are good.
because one item, well, we spent 63. Okay, instead of, that would be our improvements on the 3 pumps if they're 20 apiece. My thinking was, let's see, special projects. I like that special projects that I always remembered that we had about 20,000 in here for special projects, but I don't see that.
Well, we had 14,000 budgeted for special projects and we didn't use it.
Right.
So I'd carry over what we didn't use.
Okay, let's carry, if we carry the 14 and the drainage maintenance
Yeah.
of 11 and equipment, well,
We had equipment,
repairs and
drainage
maintenance.
maintenance,
and
pump station
improvements.
upgrades and special projects. We didn't use any of them. We'd carry them over.
Okay, we have for, under repairs, maintenance, and improvements, we have 63. If we would add 49 to 60, call it 100,000 there instead of 63. That would include, and then go with our 14, and then pump station upgrades of 11, just keep that there. That would be a item. And don't worry about them other 2 at this point.
So you want to get rid of the 11,000 and the 75,000?
We're going to do an upgrade on that wall, you know, that block wall sometime, or maybe we ought to do it this year, so we got it in place. Leave that 11 in there.
Is that under upgrade then, or is that under maintenance?
Well, that could either be improvements or upgrades.
Yeah. That should take
But
care of it.
see, am I reading this right? This is what we had budgeted.
Correct.
This is what we didn't use out of this budget. So if we put that stuff that we didn't use back into the budget, we'd still be sitting, I would still think we'd still be sitting good for this year. Would we not?
I think that's overkill, but maybe it isn't.
I mean, because
See
we're
that bottom
talking
line?
about drainage maintenance.
Yeah, see that bottom line on there? That's what we actually spent,
Yes.
which is good.
Yes,
That's good that
yeah.
we got by that
Oh, yeah.
reasonable. That's, keep that there. And my thinking was just take a couple of, just change this 63 up here, Norman,
Yeah.
to go back to your 150 for repairs and improvements.
Sure.
That would catch our electrical problem
Yeah.
and improve it. And then I thought maybe hang on to pump station upgrades or drainage maintenance of, or at least the drainage maintenance of 11,000.
Drainage maintenance here is 75.
Oh, I'm on the wrong line.
Yeah.
That's
We
pump
got
station
special
upgrade.
projects at 14, upgrades, pump station upgrades at 11, and drainage maintenance at 75, and equipment at 20.
I think we'll need that 75 if and when we do the Valley Spring branch.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, absolutely. That ain't probably gonna cover that.
Well, true. But I don't see us doing it in
Yeah.
23 yet, at this point.
Yeah.
And we could do minor
We can do, yeah,
improvements,
minor.
going up to it, just the part that's open. The
Yeah.
part of the drainage that the Corps put in, the V trench. And
I also want to, all that down by the airport that they cleared already, I'd like to get somebody in there that's got one of them boomed brush
Why
hogs
can't
and brush
special
hog all
district,
that.
road district do that?
That's what I was wondering. Could we hire special road?
well, I don't see why not. We could hire whoever.
Yeah, well,
I
they've
mean,
got one.
their county,
Yeah.
why get somebody else when we can just pay a special road and have them do it?
I mean, we're all essentially public
Is that
service.
legal? Can we, like the special road has a tractor with a brush hog on it, a boom? Could
You can
we?
ask them if they'll do it.
You have to ask them and pay them whatever their rates are.
Yeah, that makes more sense to
That,
me.
Yeah.
at least it's,
Yeah, or the county.
or the county.
county's got
County
the
does an
ones that
excellent
reach
job on
pretty
that. They
far.
got a couple guys that's really good on it.
Yeah, either one.
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't have one, Bernie, you guys don't, do you?
No, not
Yeah.
at this point.
We almost gotta wait till they get the crop out now, and then brush hog that, at least once a year.
Yeah, that would be it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we'd mow them sides with
Yeah.
that brush hog.
Yeah.
Mow down to the water, all the way down
If
to the
it's
water.
dry,
And if
if
you
it-
keep
if
it
it's
chopped
damaged,
up, that
Anything
little
that
stuff
tries to
will
crop
rot
up on
away.
a little island in there,
Yeah.
I think they could reach it.
Otherwise,
Okay.
if we don't, it's gonna be right back like it was.
Yeah.
Because there's little saplings, you can't get out of there, so you need to brush hog it.
Yep.
So that'll be under drainage
All right.
maintenance, I
Drainage,
guess.
yeah, that's drainage.
So we're basically just going to keep the numbers the same.
Keep all
I
that
would
about the
think, yeah.
same.
All right, let's do it. We don't have to use it.
Yeah.
No.
Well,
And we
we-
just shown that we didn't.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Right. Okay, keep it the same.
See our new certificates probably covering the budget?
We had
Yes. Oh, yeah.
You're gonna have reserves.
that number down
Yeah.
here. That's what we had, if we'd have spent everything in there, that would have been
Yes.
that. And
Yes.
this is all we had spent, right?
yes.
Yeah, we had budgeted 322,000.
Yeah, I think that's
We only used
overkill
130.
myself. I think it's overkill, that's what I'm saying. That much.
Yeah.
That's twice our income.
Well, if we had,
That's more than
if
twice
we
our
had to
income.
spend that 322, we wouldn't have anything left.
Well, and that's what I always said. We keep putting that state emergency management in there,
We can tell.
and we don't always know that we're going to get that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that was anticipation though, because of
Yeah.
what we'd applied for.
Yeah.
It just hasn't
Sure.
come through.
Are you wanting to keep that in there again?
It kind of skews the numbers.
I think it's overkill myself, but, all right, what are we gonna do here? Let's make a decision and stick with it.
So you just want to go with like the revenues, like 140,000?
Yep. I mean, that makes it clear, this is what we got to spend. Anything else is bonus.
Yeah.
And then our bottom line expenses would be the 322,455.
Yeah.
Okay?
I make a motion to adopt the 23 budget with 140,000 in revenue and 322,455 in expenses.
I'll second that.
Okay, all in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Very good. And hopefully we'll come in like we did this year.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know we had talked last year about doing all this maintenance to this pump, and we're still trying to get to it.
That's right, that's
So-
right. It might change this year. All right, anything else on the budget? And there we go to public participation. We have anything? I assume not.
The surveying is getting completed for the conveying of the property to the Fish and Wildlife. Fish and Wildlife still has their thing to do. So Bader surveying is getting close. When you go out there, you'll see stakes where they're subdividing the property. So we should have something at the next meeting for you to look at to see if you approve of that.
Okay, that'd be great. That'd be great. Okay, anything else? If not, I'll entertain a motion.
I will second that, adjourn the meeting.
Okay. Everybody in favor of the motion adjournment, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye.